We are recording.
We are recording, I swear. I command it to record. Hi, everybody. This is Diced Thespians. This is a bunch of actors playing D&D. A few of them are playing for the first time. A few of them are very experienced, as you can see. This is our second game, so please be kind and welcome. Let's see. Do I even have any? We have no viewers yet. That's okay. Oh, we have one viewer. Aha!
Honor Rose. Hello.
Woohoo! Yep, our biggest fan right now. Okay.
Seriously.
So,
number one fan.
All right, to dive right
It's
in.
just one fan.
Yeah, one fan. That's okay.
Do we have the link to the Twitch thing so we can all share it real quick?
I put it in the chat on
Okay.
Facebook, and I've also posted it to Facebook as well, so you guys can do that. So people can go, hey, we're live right now. Let's do this. All right.
I've been posting all day.
Are we ready for a recap?
How can I see everybody on the same screen so it doesn't go back?
Up at the top in the
Preview.
right-hand corner, there's a view little icon.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit view, then it gives you options. Right now I have mine on full screen, which lets me see all of you on my full screen.
Hey, everybody.
You can do gallery view, is the one where you can see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Immersive scene is where it actually draws you just to you. Speaker view is whoever's talking. I like gallery view so I can see all of you. Okay.
I can't even find the view button.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
It's up on the right-hand corner. It'll say view and has a little...
You might have to move your cursor up there for it to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up there.
Okay.
Well, you figure that out. We should start because
Yeah, we should start anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
To recap where we left off at the end of the last game. Cross had just walked in on a scene that was very puzzling to him. I'm assuming because the paladin, Aramiel, was standing there with burned hands and a large bite mark on his cheek. Orkelia had just thrown actually some fabric over the component. And the component was looking very frightened, but was also no longer restrained. Okay. So, we're going to start with the person who walked in on this whole scene. Cross, what are you going to do?
Gonna kind of look around, assess what he believes is going on, and just kind of does he notice that it is a bite mark on his cheek?
You rolled a really good perception,
Would he recognize that?
Yep, you rolled a really good perception check when you looked at that the first
All right.
time, and yes, you did notice that it was indeed a bite mark.
He kind of just comes in and almost under his breath chuckles a little bit, and is just like, "Well, aren't you all just getting along this nicely, aren't you?"
And the second you say that, I push my little baby behind me, like protect.
Uh-huh.
You are, and I didn't trust you at the beginning anyway.
Yeah, so I'm assuming the little baby is your component.
Yep.
Okay.
She hasn't
And
given
it's
me
your and it
now she's
is
baby.
actually legally your component because that is who Donner gave it to. I'm using the Alchemage's terminology, not her. It.
I don't know this though, right?
Yeah, you may not. You may. It's actually roll me. Do they do? Okay, I'm sorry. This is me learning 5e. Do they do like knowledge checks?
Mhm.
Okay.
They're like specification, right?
Yeah. Give me
Yeah,
a
like
knowledge-
religion check or something.
Okay,
It's
roll
not-
me a history check.
History. Okay. It's a 16.
Okay, yeah, you do know that components are not considered beings. They're not even pets. They are property. And whoever owned it last has to be the one to sign the contract. You have physical ownership right now because he threw the chain at you. So technically, you are the owner currently. And
Love
the fact and it's an ownership that's protected by magic.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So it's very hard to steal a component from an alchemage. In fact, it's almost never done. The only times that happens is if a component physically escapes for long enough for the magic to wear off. So they can live in the wild just fine if they've escaped well enough. Cross information for you. But if somebody else tries to claim them as a component without direct magical authority, they can't do that. So Cross, when you're out on a hunt, you actually have an item that was given to you specifically so that you can actually bring them in. That's part of how components can escape, is other people can't just grab them and take them and use them. It has to be an officially sanctioned hunt.
Because there's like a protect. I'm assuming like it'd be like a protective ward. That
Yes.
if I were to try to take possession or grab her, some sort of magic would prevent me from doing so, and I would know that.
Right, exactly. So now the way that magic works is a little funky because it can be very specific based on which Alcon created it, which alchemage. And in this case, Miscula is kind of a, well, you guys were all in his land. Roll me, each of you, a knowledge check as to what you would know about Miscula.
All of us.
Another history.
Knowledge history.
19 plus 5 is 24.
Okay.
Are we all rolling?
Yeah,
It's a
and
big ol'-
it's an intelligence-based check generally.
It's a big old 9.
Mm-hmm. Arcalia, you've been so busy with performing, you haven't paid attention to that
I
kind of
don't
crap.
want to pay attention to this kind of stuff. This is bad stuff.
Yeah, it's not very nice. Although they try to make it seem very nice to the normal people. Okay, how much? What, Rob? How much?
I got an 11.
11? All right. How about you, Shauna?
15.
Okay. And so, Alex, or Cross, I'm going to work on that today, calling you by your character name, Cross. You're the one who's been dealing with the components the longest. And Rob, with your... so you would know some of this as well. Miscula, which is part of why you're here, and Cross is here, is known to be kind of a loose cannon. Of all of the alchemages, he's the one... he's very interested in power. But he's also that one that isn't afraid to do an experiment that the rest of the alchemages may sanction. So, which is why he lives over here in the marshlands on the very end. This is where you are. This is Miscula's territory. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is all marshland. It's all at sea level. And it's cut off from the rest of the continent by a pass, a marshy pass. It's called the Pathless. It's also called Gloria's Marsh. And he did that so that he could be left alone to experiment in peace. So it's no wonder that where you think his tower would be, you see that massive green light still on the sky. It's not fading. In fact, it's getting brighter.
And
So,
do I remember the name of the person that he yelled to take her to?
yes, because that's who hired you for this last gig, actually.
Okay.
That would be Alcon Thorian, who is the head Alcon, the most powerful mage in the country, and in the known world. She's not somebody to mess with, and her magic is much more powerful than his. Nobody's been able to unseat her for a very long time, as long as you guys have been alive, except for
Grandma.
potentially the component, which you don't know how long she's been alive, because she's an elf. Oh, we've
Yeah.
got Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Everybody say hello to Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, how's it going?
90-year-old grandmother who
Uh-huh.
just dropped off my D20.
Oh,
Nice. Grandma, you rock. Gaming grandmas are the best.
Saving the day.
Awesome.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi. Hi,
In the back is my mom.
Grandma.
Hi,
Hi,
Mom.
Mom.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
There.
Hey.
You see our wonderful crew here.
I'm very sweet, actually. I'm the nicest of us, aren't I?
Hey. Yeah.
definitely
Our-
the
our,
most jovial.
One of our viewers says they don't see the resemblance.
I mean,
Thank you.
she is a
There's
half-orc.
things we
She's
don't
on
know
her
about
human
Grandma.
side of the family.
That's how that works.
It's funny. It's funny.
Thank you all
Okay.
for in that moment.
I love it. I love it. That's part of Dungeons and Dragons. Somebody needs to have their Mountain Dew.
Right.
You know, and
Oh, right.
chips. I might do that next time. Make you all listen to crunching. I have
Failed.
coffee and they're waiting for after.
Munch, munch, munch.
All right. Oh, there you go,
I
Karen.
mean, I've got some chips.
Mom,
Okay.
next time, before the thing, I'll show you how to change the title of the episode so that it can show episode 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think.
I don't know how to do it in the middle of it.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, okay. I mostly just do that in the video that I create afterwards for the YouTube channel. So for those of you who tuned in late, this will be coming out later tonight or early tomorrow on the YouTube channel for Diced Thespians. All right, so back into the game. So what you guys know is that everybody knows the name Thorian, even you, Ellie. Everybody, except maybe the component. Who just knows who's owned her. But all of the rest you know, because Thorian is basically the ruler, the queen, empress of this land. She is the lead Alcon from the seat of power, which makes her the president, basically. But she doesn't get voted out. She gets outpowered out. It's a strength of magic as to who is the head, and she's the strongest, and that is who Donner said to take the component to when he threw the chains at you right before the green light consumed him and he died.
And then is Thorian thought to the grand scheme of things to be a good person or more like a dark leader that we just have to follow?
Oh, she's very popular. People love her.
Okay.
She's made sure that at least in the more civilized areas, which are not out here in the pathless and in misculous lands, that people have enough, that they have sewers, that they have, it's like Caesar, you know, that they have things that are comforting. They have a good market. The worship of Manan is the worship that she espouses, which means that trade is highly encouraged and protected. So the people really do like her. Now, the dark underbelly of all of that is, as a couple people know, is that she is an alchemage. She is the most powerful alchemage, and that power doesn't come without a price. And that price you can see standing before you in the body of the component.
Oh, shoot. Check in.
Okay. So
I don't know her. Since I don't know her name yet, I take a step towards the orc. I'm like, I don't know what you think you're protecting there, but I can guarantee you that thing is more powerful than every one of us here.
Yeah, see, the fact that you just called her a thing, that tells me everything I need to know about you.
You can say whatever you want about me. I don't really care. I don't know what the fuck just happened back there, but if you look at that light, that's coming from Nicula's tower. Do you know anything about that man?
Probably
You
a
don't
bad
wanna fuck-
dude from all I can
You
see.
don't want to. You really don't want to fuck with whatever the fuck he is doing. Because if you just saw what happened back there, that was magic.
Uh-huh.
Really powerful magic.
Yeah.
And she's a person right behind you. Fine, it's a person. I'm sorry, I'm used to dealing with people who they're things to them.
Well, you're dealing with bad people, my dude.
It's a job. It's what I do to survive. I'm fucking good at it.
Oh,
Hey,
buddy.
you go and you put on your show and you dance in front of people.
Yeah, it's a
That's
job,
your job.
where I don't hurt anyone. Isn't that interesting? How people can get paid not to hurt people?
You got your jobs, I got mine.
Yeah, I don't like your job. And I don't really care who you are. So
Well, that makes two of
you
us.
can leave because according to the rules, she's mine. She's my baby now. And we could fight about it. Frankly, I don't really want to. But it looks like that green light that you're all worried about is kind of coming this way. So I vote you go back to your little town, you find something else to track, and we'll be on our merry way.
Sorry, that's not happening. Because you see, the person I work for is the person that she's supposed to go to.
Well, she doesn't
Because
have to go anywhere.
if
She
you
doesn't
remember
want
the
to go.
9 wish of the man who gave you her as quote unquote, now you're calling it property. She's your property, and the last wish of the last person who owned her told you to bring her to her. So if you're gonna throw laws at me, that's the thing you're gonna have to abide by yourself.
Sure. So I turn to the component. Where do you want to go?
I don't understand the question. So I just stare at you in confusion.
Would I have a map on me at any point?
Oh, hell yeah. Bards travel all over the place. You absolutely.
So I'll pull out a map, cover up the place she came from, and go, where?
Would I know what a map is?
Okay, Shauna. At this point, you need to roll me a wisdom check.
Okay.
And a knowledge check.
Wisdom is natural 1.
Great. Great.
Works for the character.
Perfect.
Knowledge was a 3.
All right,
Oh,
you
man.
have. First, you need better dice. Second,
You have failed me.
this actually is
Works
perfect
for you.
because you don't remember. Other than the one memory, you don't remember anything about this stuff. You don't know what a map is right now. You don't know where that spell you came from, that you threw came from. You don't know where you're from. You don't know your name. You don't know anything because it's been too long.
No? Okay. I just start thinking, and then I'll look past, across, and like around him, like make it a point to be looking around him at the paladin. Yo, buddy, what's
Okay.
your side of this?
I vote we get away from that light. I don't care what everybody else does.
Yeah. I kind of do, though. So, like, we can get away from that light, sure, totally fine. But first, where do you stand on this front?
do I stand?
Our paladin boy here.
Well, I'm just trying to make sure everybody's safe.
Okay. You keep us safe, you come with us. You, Mr.
Yeah.
Grumpy Pants. She is our property. She is a person of her own right. And by the time she knows that, I will give her back her freedom. And if you're not okay with that, you can't come with us. Have fun going toward the light.
I'm going to attempt to.
Everybody roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Natural
Oh, I
1.
have my dice. Oh. First roll of the new dice, folks.
I hope you got better than I did.
15
Roll.
plus 6.
Ooh.
That's a natural 2, so that's an 8.
Oh no.
To be fair, she's distracted.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19 on the dice plus. Oh God, where's the word? Okay, 24.
Okay. Rob, what did you roll? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I rolled a natural 1.
He's still drunk.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm just
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
focused.
Well,
I'm
I
facing
think,
the wrong direction, all right?
Yeah. No. The component and Cross. The component because she's different. She's an elf. Then Cross because he's trained this way. They notice something. Further to the east, even though it's the middle of the freaking night by now, there's just kind of distant on the wind the sound of music.
What kind of music?
Happy music. It's raucous music. You can hear, if you listen very closely, do you?
Yes.
You hear laughter.
And this is from the direction of where?
That you were headed to the east, away from Miscula's Tower.
I vote we go that way.
I'm still squinting at Cross.
I'm gonna grab Orkelia's wrist and start trying to like yank her in the direction of the sound.
Okay. Or
Does
Kelly,
it sound
she grabs your
maybe
wrist
safe?
and it's like,
Yeah, it's just a quick glance, look, see.
With
And
my one
follow.
hand.
yeah, you'll note the
absolutely.
manacle is still hanging from the stump.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried. I failed.
Okay, so Orkelia and the component are heading in the direction of the music. Aramiel, Cross, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow, but I'm
Hey.
gonna yell out. Look, I got no beef with any of you. But if
Not
you're gonna be taking that elf into a town full of people, I recommend you not do that. No one has seen an elf. I don't know how many years. You don't, unless you cover her up. You don't want to bring her in any populated areas. Well, you're going to be dealing with a lot more than just, I don't have a contract on you. I don't have any of that. I don't give a fuck. But I ain't letting her out of my goddamn sight. Because that, I don't know what happened back there, but she's part of it. And she's either going to someone who knows what the hell is going on, or I'm making sure she doesn't get in any of the hands of somebody who's going to make whatever that happened worse, or do something even more for it. I may do a job. I don't want the world fucking ending on me, because I live in this fucking world.
Halfway through your speech, still holding on to Component's stump, Orkelia stands up to her full height, which is 6'5". She's usually like leaning or something to be on people's side. She stands up to her full height, turns around.
I don't know if you've noticed. We don't have an elf here.
And I gesture toward her ears.
We have a person in need of some assistance. And if you're going to be an assistant, by all means, come with us. But if you for 1 second try to take her away from me, it's not going to end pretty.
And I turn
Am
back
I
around.
intimidated?
I'm not gonna make. I don't like PVC like votes or whatever.
You don't want to
So
roll an
that's-
intimidation check? You'll have
I
to
don't
play
wanna-
that yourself. That's a character
that's,
choice.
You can decide whether or not I'm intimidating. But I do turn back around and allow her to kind of lead me to where we're going.
Okay. They
I
start to
kinda-
walk out of that little.
Whether people hear it or not, kind of gives it that like, I don't know, and
Yeah.
just kind of follows.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to follow as well, and then turn it cross and give him one of these.
Yeah.
Cross causing
he does
trouble
that,
everywhere he goes.
I'm going. Can I attempt to stealth?
They're paying attention to you. You can
I know,
attempt to
he's
it
looking-
with
he's looking
with
right at me. I want to.
You just
okay. You
disappear.
can
also
absolutely you can try -4.
Okay, I was gonna roll a disadvantage. Right.
Yeah.
Negative
Uh-oh.
16 plus 11. Jesus Christ!
So directly in front of your face, this man just disappeared.
And I'm left like I'm watching you. Where?
Glances away for 1 second.
Where did he go?
It's almost like magic.
And I kind of want to. I want to attempt to sneak up behind him and just whisper in his ear, "You can try as hard as you want, there, Will." And then just walk, and then kind of like step out and walk in front of him.
So step out of stealth.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Do I get to roll for this?
The stealth check. That would be a perception check. You have to for something that good. You're going to have to roll a natural 20.
Oh,
You can try.
no. All right, I'm gonna use the bone dice.
There
I
you go.
believe
Don't
in
tell
you.
me now. Come on!
Nah.
I swear to God, hang on. Holy shit! I rolled a
I believe in
natural
you.
20. I swear to God.
Okay, show us. We want to see. We want to clap.
God damn it!
Can you see it?
Oh my
Oh,
God!
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Aramiel,
Oh my God!
So,
you see what he did. He does
That's
vanish
my-
for a second. He vanishes for a second, but you've been doing this a while, and your eyes, you're just like, because you hunt the empty places of the world. That's where you go, and you manage to figure out what he did, and so cross. You do that. You come up. You whisper. He's stoic. His head turns and it follows you all the way in front of you as if he saw you in your stealth. Not many people can do that because you are very good, but he did it.
Damn.
Instead, then I changed what I'm gonna say, and instead I'm gonna be like, looks like you got more than muscles in that big noggin of yours there, buddy, and kind of pats him on the shoulder and keeps walking.
it took me exactly this long to get my setup back.
I love it. Perfect. Was that your first roll of those die?
Yep.
Perfect.
Those are the dice I gave
Now,
him.
you believed in it. You got your dice.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
believe, and you guys believed in me too. All right, it was a team effort.
Okay,
But that's
Ellie.
amazing.
Alien component. We're gonna move this along a little bit. You're moving towards as you move. You can hear the music now. After you've gone another
Really impressed with his party.
50 feet.
Yeah.
You can start hearing the music. It's just joyful. You can hear faint laughter on the wind. you're not really, and there's like a little screech of like, people are goofing off, and it's getting closer. You guys keep going?
I have a quick question before
Yes.
we do. I don't have it in my inventory. Do I default have like a disguise kit as a bard, or is that something?
As a bard, yes, you do. The bard and the rogue both do.
Great. I'll add that in a minute.
Okay.
Is there a way we could just kind of stop for a second and kind of clean her up a little bit? So
You do what you want, man. Yes, you can.
I'm gonna just, clean up the blood stains and blah, blah, blah. If I have a wig and she lets me, I'd love to put a wig on her. Just kind of like make her more human looking and less like an abused thing. Didn't know where that sentence was going, and the answer was
roll me a disguise check. This time it's for her instead of you, but it's your handiwork, so.
Disguise would it be deception maybe?
Yes. Yeah, that's 5e things are different.
An 18 on the die, so 20.
That already makes it. You actually do a really good job. You had a little rouge and stuff, and she starts looking. She's still, the scars and the missing chunks of skin, the missing arm, the manacle. You can't really hide that, but what it looks like is an abused human being as opposed to an abused elf. Elves have a slightly different bone structure, and you're just the queen of blush. There you go. Okay, as you're going on, everybody roll me a religion check.
11.
That's a 10.
Wow.
16
I got
total.
1.
Yeah, but Rob, you would know this already since you're paladin.
Okay.
Okay, so you
21.
got a 16 cross? You got a 21
Yes.
component? Actually, Shauna, you don't roll this. There's no way you would know this.
Yeah.
What did you get, Orkelia?
10.
10. Okay, this is pretty simple. The gods of this world are, there's 9 of them, but everybody knows those 9, at least to some level. Aramiel, you would know really well. Cross, you also know because you've traveled extensively and you've come across her worshippers. The great goddess Brinbran. I know it's a funny name and stuff. She's actually the spouse of the head god Manan, and she's the goddess of earthly pleasure and joy. And what you're hearing as you get closer sounds an awful lot like the kind of music and stuff that her acolytes would have. There's specific songs and specific instruments that are sacred only to her, and the music that you're hearing does seem to be using those things. Brinbran, she's the goddess of procreation, but not children. She's the goddess of drink. She's the goddess of good food and every earthly pleasure, things that make people happy. She's the goddess of happiness in a very physical way. And that sounds to be like what you're heading towards. Okay, Karen, Altana. This is your camp. This isn't a town, but all the townspeople around come to you if they know about it. Because a Brinbran camp is a really fun place. And so you have, as a cleric of Brinbran, you have a few acolytes around you. There is another cleric there that is the head of the camp. And there are 4 wagons, one of which is serving food, one of which is serving drink, and 2 of which are partitioned and shaking with the joys of the flesh, as it were. There's a saying that what happens under Brinbran's eye is sacred. So if you want to boff somebody, As long as you make it during a Brynbrand thing, it's okay. And even your spouse is not technically supposed to be upset. So, of course, a lot of people, that's part of their thing is like, okay, I can go and have myself some fun. The priestesses of Brynbrand, best lay you'll ever have. But it's not wrong. It's not looked down on. It's not dirty. It's not anything but sacred. Joy is sacred in Brynbrand's eyes. And she's the queen goddess of all of the pantheon. The kind of the diametric opposition of Nexus, your god there, Aramiel. So there might be a little tension going on in you right now because your goddess is the goddess of the outcasts, of those who are lost. They're both good after a fashion. But that's where you're headed. So Altana, you're enjoying the camp. You've had you're dressed in wonderful finery. You've had drink, you've had sex, you've had music. Right now, it's getting late. People are starting to slow down. Things are getting quiet. So there's laughter. There's good conversation on the cushions around the fire. Everything is very opulent. Everything is very comfortable. The pillows are velvet. Your clothing is a beautiful satin, and it's considered sacred. So it's the best, most soft, wonderful things. It's been a good time with these people. Now, some of them are a little crass because, villagers, but once they get into your camp, all of that is just part of being alive. And you feel pretty alive right now. But there is a strange light on the horizon that you noticed earlier in the evening that just appeared in a great blast. And it's far enough away, you're not terrifically worried, but it is odd. And so it's been a little distracting this evening as you've been kind of keeping an eye on it to the west. What do you do? I can't hear you. You're muted still.
Do I notice the strangers approaching?
Roll me a perception check.
It's a 15, and then what do I add?
You're going to add your wisdom, I believe, isn't it?
So it is 15 plus 5, so 20.
I think there's actually a perception thing on your character sheet.
You have like a
In the skills. In the skills, there'll be a...
Perception plus 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so 20.
So you are perceptive lady. So at first you don't notice them, but there's that sense of like you keep looking that direction because of the light, and eventually are you guys approaching under kind of stealth, or are you approaching openly?
I would be.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Cross?
I said I would be. I'm either in the trees or I'm doing something to. I don't want to be walking directly with them.
Okay. How about the other three?
I don't know if stealth is necessarily the word.
I'm in pretty clanky armor, you know.
Yeah, I think I would let Aramiel, is that how it's pronounced? I think I would let him go first and like even grab him like, hey man, can you just like go check out the vibe over there and like report back?
Okay, so I'm walking around the fire. I'm checking in with my guests or clients or worshippers or whatever we want to call them. I'm
worshippers.
Sort of
yes, clients. Yeah.
I'm making sure that people are comfortable. I have a little awareness. Honestly, in my camp, there's often people hanging on the fringes, looking around, like trying to peek in, and not being committed to coming in and participating in the sacred manner that it's supposed, but still curious. So it's not surprising to me when I sense somebody along the outside of the camp. So they have my attention. My unobvious attention. I'm checking what's going to happen next.
Okay, the first person that you see who comes in is in full armor. Yeah, he's pretty tall. Describe yourself, Aramiel.
I am fairly tall in full armor. I got I'm battle scarred.
Never redone
No, I'm gonna repeat exactly what you just said. No, I don't know. I look cool, all right. I walk in. I'm curious. Look about. I don't know.
Single
Battle
and ready to
scarred.
mingle.
Roll me a
Single
religion
and-
check, Karen.
I'm sorry?
Check. Roll me a religion check.
2. And then, do I add something to that for religion? That would be also in my skills.
Yes.
2 + 2, 4.
Okay. You know,
Great.
you don't know very much about a lot of the other gods because, you know, Brinbrand's kind of been your thing for a while, and you didn't really go to any of the other gods initially. So you're not really familiar, but you can tell that he's kind of a religious dude because he's got a holy symbol, but you don't recognize the symbol as he walks in. Orkilia and Component, are you waiting outside the camp, or are you going in after him?
I was gonna wait for him to return.
Okay.
With the caveat of, I also know that he was coming into my camp to have a good time, and he doesn't come back relatively soon.
Yeah.
I'll make assumptions, and
Fair.
Okay.
carefully go in. But I definitely would take a big old lay of the land before.
Okay, so that he's the only one you see.
Okay.
Cross, are you getting close to the camp? Are you to check it out, or are you hanging back?
I mainly want to observe from any. Is it possible to move through the camp without being kind of like noticed while still keeping an eye on? Mainly, I'm not taking my eye off the component.
Well, the Component's not coming into the camp. They've
That's
actually
where
stayed
that's
back.
where I'm hyper focusing. Yeah.
Okay, so you stay back with them.
Yes.
All right. So all you see, Altana, is this tall, kind of dark. He's wearing black, along and dark blue armor, and he comes in.
Friend, welcome. Have you come to the camp of Brinbran for worship?
No. Nexus be praised. I don't think this is one of her altars. But I seek. I do seek shelter and food for the night with me and a few, depending.
A few.
What
A few. Is your group respectful? Is your group respectful of the camp of Brinbran? Do you bring
Absolutely.
danger?
No danger. No danger. Just,
You are
Uh,
welcome. I think you're welcome.
Okay, Altana,
okay.
roll me. What is the insight check?
I was gonna say, are you being deceptive, my good man? Because we
No, no, no,
absolutely are bringing danger.
You are the
No,
best
no.
blind paladin there ever was. No.
Listen, I'm protecting the group, all right?
Well, and his god is chaotic good, so
I
Yeah,
rolled
exactly.
a 12, and this is a what check?
insight.
Oh, plus 5, 17.
Okay. Something a little bit off about what he said when he said, "Oh yeah, there's no danger." Doesn't seem like a direct lie, maybe, but there was something suspicious about that.
Perhaps you could introduce me to your companions.
Can I roll for charisma? to say, better not.
They're not as cool as me.
No, they don't. They're introverted. All right, they don't like.
Okay, yeah. Roll me a persuasion check.
They're more of a one-on-one group.
I got natural. Wait, I don't know if it's a 19 or a 6. Nope, it's a 19.
Okay.
A 19 and plus something. Plus 9. Wow, I got a 28.
Yeah, persuasion is your bag. He smiles the
Sweet.
most charming thing ever and says, no.
He basically pulls a Jedi mind trick, and he's like, "These are not the companions you're looking
You're
for."
looking for.
Smile.
Looking for.
Perfect.
Okay, but Altana, you have, especially as a player character, you have a rebuttal to that. You need to roll me an equivalent insight check.
Equivalent insight.
What if she gets a 29?
Oh no. And
That's 8, and we just said my insight is +5.
Right, so
Uh-huh.
he's really charming. You know,
Yeah.
you knew that there was something wrong, but he seems really genuine now.
My friend, you're welcome in this camp. I fear that I won't know how to meet your needs and help you settle in if I'm not able to know your companions and know what shelter and food you need for the night. But you're welcome. Why don't you sit here on this side of the fire? I will bring you some drink, and perhaps we can get to know each other better.
I'll take a seat shortly. I need to inspect the camp to make sure it's safe. First.
Okay.
I need you to. I don't want him to inspect the camp. No.
Wait.
Well, you know that the
Fair's
camp,
fair.
because you are traveling through the wilderness, you do have guards. I mean, there are as part of your religious caravan, there are some guards there, and you do see them, Oramiel, that there are some armed people there.
Right.
They're not like right in your face. They're just kind of in the background. They're smiling, they're waving, but their hands are on their swords. Because, you know, when people have a little too much drink, things happen.
And I don't want to keep him out. I just want to protect my revelers. I just don't want him interfering with my revelers.
Do you say that to him?
Do they look?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do the people there look suspicious?
Roll me a perception check.
16. Perception. I got 19.
Yes. They all look, I mean, these are just little villagers, much like the ones that were in the Bardic camp. I mean, for kind of in the middle of nowhere, there's a lot of revelry going on here in this area, and it makes you wonder why this is such a hot spot for music and food and Brynbrand and all of that kind of stuff. But what you see is that this is very typically a Brynbrand camp. That the revelers are just people from the local village, couple of travelers that went through that look a lot like adventurers. So you'll note, though, that other than the guards, nobody within the camp is actually carrying arms at the moment.
Quick question.
Yes.
If I'm somebody who travels a lot, is this like a permanent camp that I would have heard of before?
No, they travel too. And actually, you know, you don't know much about the gods, and so it's not, is this a Brynbrand camp? The music, you couldn't tell, but once you get closer, there's some things you'll understand, because the Brynbrand caravans and the Bardic caravans often intersect. As traveling, getting news, you get a lot of news from them. You know, and for the bards, that's one of your biggest ways to make money, is to spread news, not just entertainment. And so once you get into the camp, there'll be some things you know. if you get into
Can
the
I-
camp.
Can I still see Arno?
Well, how far away from the camp are you? You didn't come in, but
I did
are you
not come
out of
in.
sight?
I'd like to be out of sight as possible, but following him as long as I can.
So are you
And he's
hiding
out
in the
there for
bushes?
longer.
Like
Sure.
hiding in the bushes and stuff? Okay, roll me
I'm
a stealth
green,
check.
Yeah. That's a 19 on the die.
Okay, and something that you notice that's very strange, you actually, surprisingly for someone so very large and so very bright and kind of out there as the bard, when you wanted to, you just kind of went down into the plants and really could do it. Something that you notice as the component, she doesn't have to actually roll this check because there's something about her that just moves without sound. It's almost like the plants kind of move aside a little bit. They don't really, but it feels like that because the way that she moves just completely unconsciously avoids the foliage, avoids making the sound or leaving the print.
Do I watch this happen? I mean, I've been keeping an eye on them, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You'll need to roll me a perception check once she goes into stealth.
13. That's 35%. Plus 6, so 19.
Okay. Well, and she rolled a 19 plus. Was
Three,
it?
so 22 was the total.
So 22. So actually, once she goes into stealth, you don't see her.
Green, baby. Natural
Okay.
camouflage.
Back to the camp while they figure out what they're going to do out here outside of the camp.
I'm hiding, by the way. Once we got closer to the thing and I saw what it was, I'm going to be a little more
Okay.
pushed back.
Do you know, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage because hiding's not been something you've done for a long time.
I'm helping my baby hide.
Right. But she does have a natural thing that's going to be happening too.
Gotcha.
Okay.
8.
Woof.
Okay. So when you try to hide, you become more visible than when you're not trying to hide.
A hand out of the foliage grabs you and just, what are you doing? Get in here. What you...
I pull back into some bushes and like rustle them around. Like
It's like a comedy show. We see the bushes and the elf's going, holding a branch and stuff, and this hand comes down and just pulls her down. All right.
you can't see me. I can't see you.
Perfect.
Okay, Aramiel and Altana, you're there in the camp. You don't know that all of this is going on. You were kind of in a tense moment. You're looking around to see what they have. And it's clear that they do have some protection. And that the people, other than the religious guards, there's nobody who is physically armed in the camp, which means you'll probably have to give up your arms if you come in.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Am I sitting on the log now?
If not yet, because you would have to. She leads you that way, and as soon as you sit down, one of the armed guys comes up and says, "No weapons in camp. They'll be safe."
Oh. I don't like that at all. It's my sword. So I'm gonna. Can I persuade? Can I persuade them to let me keep my?
You can
sword?
try.
Persuade's my jam. I got plus
Okay.
9. So.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check.
I got 15 plus 9. So I got 24.
Okay. So you're talking to the guard. Let me
Yep.
roll. Okay. He rolled a 17 plus 2. So he's at 19, but you still beat him. So what do you say? What do you say to convince him?
Say, it's against my religion. Nexus be praised.
It's like,
They don't worship Nexus. They don't know. You know?
don't
right?
draw it or there will be trouble. And he actually does let you keep, because you rolled way high. Normal people roll, 13. You rolled a 20-something. He lets you keep your weapon, but he does give you the warning. Don't draw it or there will be trouble. Okay, Altana, you saw this, that the two had a thing, and the paladin, or the religious warrior, still has his weapon, but he did sit on the log by the fire.
Right. And I want to say to him, my friend, the camp of Brindran is a sacred place, and we want to welcome you into it, but we have to know that your intentions are good. Forgive my guard. He's just doing his job. Perhaps you can let me know more what I can do for you. I would like to persuade some more information out of him.
Okay, roll me a persuade check.
An 8. Plus 8, 16.
Okay. You need to roll me an, I believe it is an insight check. Or Emil?
Me.
Or, no.
Man.
Yeah, because you're persuading him now. It's the opposite of what he just did to you.
All right.
Wait, who's rolling? I'm rolling? I'm confused, sorry.
No, he's rolling.
I'm rolling for
rolling.
insight.
Yes, because she just tried to persuade you. She pulled your gem on you this time.
Got you. Wait, so it's insight. So I got 15 or 13 plus 3, so 16.
All right, so yours was, and what was yours, Altana?
16.
Okay, so you're kind of the same. This is what you call a Mexican standoff. She's very persuasive, and you realize that she's very persuasive.
Right.
But roll me a wisdom check. Or Emil.
Oh yeah, you got it. Ooh. Not good. Natural 3. 6.
Okay.
Not super wise right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're still drunk, my dude.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
You're
It's been a
all
while.
the cleric's obvious beauty.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to the thing. This has taken a little while. He's not come back yet. It's not been real long, but it's been a little bit long, and Ramiel hasn't come back. You can you can still hear the laughter and stuff like that, but you also hear the murmur of conversation. Roll me. Do they do a hearing check? Cross, tell me quick. Do they do a hearing check, or is it still perception?
It
Perception
would
check.
probably still be perception because you're
Yeah,
trying
they've simpled it all down,
they've lumped a lot of things together. Yeah.
which is nice. It's just not old school, and I'm old.
That's a 10.
Okay.
But at this point,
Component,
like
you need to
20
roll
minutes
a
or so?
perception check as well.
it's been like 20 minutes or so. It's my guess.
It's been about 15 minutes. But certainly long enough to go in and say, hey, guys, is this a safe place? And then come back.
not
Time
leaving
goes, when you're not doing anything, time passes very slowly.
I just picture Ramiel and Altana sort of persuading each other back and forth. And they're not really getting anywhere.
Because they're both good at it. Well, it's like our stealthies here. Component, did you roll a perception check?
Karen, is there any way you can get headphones on?
I have headphones on.
Oh, bummer.
Is the sound still bad?
It's not great.
15.
15? Okay. So you guys are hearing murmuring, like there's conversation going in the camp, but you can't hear the conversation.
Sorry.
Ross?
I meant 20. I forgot to add. I rolled a 15 on the dice, then I have a plus
Oh, I
5.
forgot that. Okay.
Oh,
And
nice.
Cross, roll me perception check. All three of you in the woods there, or the marsh, as it were.
A total of 18.
18. Okay, Component and Cross. You can make out some of the words, and you hear that one of the voices is Aramiel, and he's talking to somebody. But he's not. I mean, he's not drinking. He's not playing around. He's talking to somebody. But it's nothing concise yet. Okay.
I'm going to sneakily move closer.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
What are you doing?
Oh no.
Or Kelia, roll me a reflex save if you really are reaching out for her like that. Or a dexterity check, not a reflex save.
I kind of want to see what she got first. She's giggling.
8.
Great. Great. Well, hold on.
Wrestle.
Right? We
The
lose
bush
all of
just-
ourselves in this.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the bush and take it with me.
Altana, roll me a perception check.
What would reflex be?
Or
Okay. You're so focused
Pretty sure
on
it's plus
this puzzling paladin that you just don't notice that there's lots of sound going on right outside
The
the
bush moving on its own.
However,
Oh no.
the two guards on that side of the camp did hear it,
Great.
and they actually turn around and come out to check.
All right. If they're coming up, I'll stand up from the bushes. Not to my full height, just like a.
Oh, hey guys.
I'm gonna keep trying to hide.
Yeah, as you should. It's very much a step in front of your bush. Oh, what a phrase. Yeah, no, I did that to myself.
half your
So,
height would be fine.
stepping in front of Component's bush, I
And what a noisy bush it is, too.
love
Oh my god.
Your work is cut out for you. Okay. Who goes there?
Hi guys. Hi, I'm Orkilia, as in be nice or Orkilia. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna kill you. It's just the best way for people to remember my name. I don't know where I am. Can you tell me?
Roll me a perception check or a persuade check. Not perception.
I mean,
Please.
What?
God, what? These dice need to be blessed. You said persuasion? Okay,
Mhm.
well, that's an 11.
Plus, or just
Nope,
11
that
altogether.
was a 4 on the die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. They're looking at you and they're going,
Yikes.
because they can see that you've been, roughed up a little bit. You've got still some blood from her blanket on you and stuff. And they're like, looks like you had a bit of trouble.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you've seen that green light over there, but you gotta get away from that thing. I have no idea what's going on. I was really looking for like a drink and a place to stay, but after what went on down there, I'm not like trusting people.
Wait here. And the one of the guards stays with you. One of the guards goes back to the camp. Altana? Two guards left the camp. You did basically notice that even at the periphery while you're focused on this stranger here. One of the guards comes in and the other clerics are kind of on the other side of the camp. Some of them are in the wagon having sex. Some of them are drinking. So you're the closest. And so he comes to you and he whispers, "My lady, there's some people outside the camp that look like they've had a rough go. They said they were looking for food and drink, but something seems wrong. I would like you to come and talk to them."
And I look at Ramiel and say, "Your friends?"
Maybe.
Maybe. Flips the table.
I mean, I don't know. We've been doing this. Roll for decapitate. No, I'm just kidding.
That went south really fast. Oh,
just kidding.
okay.
I just imagine like this big, armored, been really suave, and suddenly he's just like, maybe.
Like, oh, we've been found.
Well, he's a little
Like,
tipsy still, not drunk anymore.
No,
but
no.
Still a little. There's that, you can feel the headache coming in.
Man, do I
But
hope you're just drunk this entire
But this is not an unusual thing for you, Altana, because the clerics have magic and the guards do not. They have the magic from their gods. So if there is something where they feel that might be necessary, they will come and get you, which says that this guard thinks that might be necessary.
Right. Okay, I want to go with the guard and meet the friends. I think I want to ask Aramiel to come with me so I can keep an eye on him. And
Okay, I'm going to let you two talk.
All right. If these are your companions, it would be our pleasure to help you if help is what you need. But perhaps in exchange, you can share some information with us and tell us what exactly brought you here and if you have any news of this green light. Okay. Let's go talk to them, shall we?
Here we have a turkey player today.
Okay.
This is Phoenix, the turkey, who has joined our game. That's the guard now, being our NPC.
Great.
This is Griffin.
Oh, is that Griffin?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
that's all right.
From Grandma to Griffin.
Mm-hmm. So we have
Oh my God.
That should be the title of this episode.
Grandma to Griffin.
Grandma to Griffin.
Well, and baby turkeys are, for those in the audience who may not know, are a lot like cats. They like sunny
puppies.
spots. They like to chase laser pointers. They are very clingy.
Yeah.
They like people. They like to be held and cuddled.
Oh.
It's
Cute.
been an interesting learning process. All right, Altana and Aramiel, you follow the guard back out.
Right.
It's not very far. It's just a few paces out of camp, but it's kind of around a little corner, so it was out of sight. And you get there and you see an orcish somebody well, as you can see, a little kind of out there, kind of an extroverted looking lady. She's tall, but you can't really tell how tall because she's kind of, slouching a little bit. There is a figure behind her that she seems to be standing in front of. Cross, roll me a stealth check. I'm assuming you're staying in stealth.
Yes, I was actually gonna, as this is happening, and I see him I saw this whole exchange, I saw the guard walk away, and I see Aramiel coming back out. While this is happening, so I'm still gonna roll the stealth check, can I stealth down out of the tree and kind of like in the surrounding area and attempt to walk out and say something?
As I say many times, you can try.
Yes, I can try. I think that 13 plus 11.
Okay, so that's a 24.
24.
You handily, I mean, you do this in your sleep. You do use you kind of shadow your way down the tree with a big, quiet jump at the very end, and then crouch and kind of. There's a lot of dappled shadows and stuff. You get around, and you do actually get over there. Now, are you headed to Aramiel?
As they're kind of walking out, I want to just kind of like step out and be like, do I know his name yet, or has that been?
I don't believe that any of you have told anybody each other's names.
Okay.
Except me.
Except Orkelia, with her,
Her
be
fun.
nice or I'll kill you. Or
I'll kill you.
yeah.
And
Oh,
she's
so
standing
yeah.
by it.
Cross is gonna step out and be like, buddy, where the fuck have you been? We sent you in there like 30 minutes ago to tell us when the. Hey, look, why are you keeping us waiting out here? You know, we just had a rough go of it. You know, we told you to go in. Hi, my name's Cross. Like, what? Our friend's a little bit drunk. We got a little bit, toughened in the woods. We told him to go in. Let us know, if things are okay because we heard the music. I apologize if things like the man's a little bit drunk. He should have been out here to talk to us, like I said, like 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Is that at me?
The first guard
That
is
was
startled.
kind of like at them.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the guards.
At
The first
the
guard
guard,
is startled.
at you,
The second guard that is leading you, Altana, actually does draw his weapon, but he doesn't raise it. He just draws it because that was kind of startling. And he
The
is
pure
there
shock on Orkelia's face.
Okay. How does
Okay.
everybody react to that?
Go.
Do I need to roll a persuasion check for that?
For
Can I
the
see
guards?
all?
Yes.
Can I see all four of them now?
Yes.
All four of them are there. I think I want to be able to. Are you together? Is this your group? I want to ask. Is this?
Are you asking?
Any of you can
I'm
answer.
asking
She's
you.
just saying that out
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah.
I'll say
oh yeah,
yes.
we're all together. Long time friends. Yeah.
Long time, a motley crew you are.
Yeah, roll a
And-
persuasion, Orkelia. Or actually, no. Don't roll a persuasion. You roll an insight, Altana.
11. And then that's +5, I think, right? Still.
Okay, so that's a 16.
Yes.
It's much like with him. There's something off, but you can't quite tell what it is. All right.
And so is your story, all of you, that you're still looking for some food and some drink?
Always. Literally always.
And what might you bring me to trade for these services tonight, since you won't be worshiping Brand?
I do a grand old song. I'm a very good performer. I can entertain all of your people all night long.
I have coin.
He also has that.
Do I see the food?
No, but you can smell it.
I'm going to, without saying anything, I'm going to go to where that smell is coming from. Maybe sneakily, maybe not.
I'm just going to nod to my guard to keep her here with us until we figure this all out.
If they can stop me.
Okay,
Right.
roll a stealth check.
18.
You just see a walk.
Nice.
18.
Nice.
All right, they
Anything
rolled a
for
6.
food.
I get it.
They rolled a 6 and an 18. One of them didn't even see you, but one of them did. I'm reaching his out and says, Missy, you can't go there. Till the lady says, everybody roll me a perception check.
All of us or his
Shit.
friends?
Yes, all of you.
Everybody, perception.
It's a heart?
Listen,
All right.
I'm very distracted.
That's a 1.
That's the one?
Yeah, then
Yep, that's the one.
I
Well,
got an 18.
That's an 8 for me. I'm distracted by my child.
20.
That's 6. I'm not doing a very good job figuring out this situation.
Okay.
I got
Cross.
18.
You got 18?
well,
12. All right. Both guards and Aramiel and the component notice a green light beginning to manifest. There's plants dying behind you.
I'm gonna start pointing over there and getting
go into
really
initiative.
scared.
And we go into initiative.
No!
Altana, Cross, and Orkelia, you are surprised So you will not get your initiative this turn, but you will next turn. All right. So I need everybody to roll me an initiative check.
Okay. Son of a gun. Oh man.
That's a 9.
I got a 9 too. I got 5-4.
Baby,
I
we
am
gotta talk about your rolling capabilities today.
24 total.
All right. Cross is he's taking the initiative. All right.
Okay. So
I don't get
I'm
it
sorry.
now, though.
So Cross is 24. Aramiel was what, 9?
9.
All right. Component, what was your initiative?
8.
8. Orkilia?
That was a 9.
9 as well. Altana?
It's 12 on the dice. What do I add? Do we add something to that on this one?
Up at the very top of your character sheet, there should be something that says initiative.
It's next to your armor class.
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
square.
+2.
Okay.
Is it INT?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Initiative, wisdom. Oh, got it. Okay. So 14.
14, and then the 2 guards are at a 15 and 17.
Yikes.
All right. And now here's the Miasma Initiative. Because it's a slow-moving light, they only rolled a 5. So the Miasma's got a 5. And by Miasma, I mean the thing carrying it. Thing. We're not sure yet. All right, so Cross, you see a plant start to die right behind the component, and Orkilia, and the air around it's just ever so slightly green. What do you do?
I'm going to. Can I ready an action?
Can you
Or
ready
can
an action and hold it? Yes.
Well, like, I'm gonna attempt to go into some sort of stealth and ready in action.
Okay. Roll me a
So-
stealth check.
14 plus 11, so 25.
Okay, you do handily go into stealth. All of a sudden, Cross is just gone. And so you're readying. Which action are you readying? And
I'm readying a crossbow for
Okay.
for the first target that emerges from the
from the
woods.
brush. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're holding your action. All right.
Yes.
Next would be the guards. Since they don't know what's going on, since nobody has told them, one guard says, "That's weird." The other guard says, "Come out," and steps forward with his sword.
Oh, he
But
did.
there's nothing to attack yet. So, but they both stepped towards Orkilia and the component. Both guards kind of flanked you, and they went towards something behind you. All right. Next is Altana.
Okay. What? I'm
Oh wait,
sorry.
no,
I don't know
I'm
what
sorry. I'm sorry. You guys were surprised, so you don't get to do anything this turn.
Right. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I need more caffeine. Next would be the component. What do you do, Shauna? Component? You noticed the thing. You noticed that the plants behind you are starting to die.
I'm going to I'm going to I'm going to say gonna point to it behind me and look at Altana in the eyes and say, "Death."
Okay, that's
And then move away from it.
okay. Your full movement.
Yeah,
Okay, because of your injuries, your full movement is only 20 feet. But
that's fine.
the component points behind her, yells death, and then moves 20 feet away towards the camp. I think that's everybody that gets an action right now. Correct? Yes. All right. All of a sudden, you guys notice that the back of your arm, Orkilia, is looking a little like there's a green light shining on it. Altana, you see a light coming out of the bushes, Aramiel, as a figure lumbers out. It's very slow, but the light exudes from it for about 1.5 feet. And anything the light touches has to make me a DC 18 Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Did the light touch me?
It did not touch you or Altana, because you were... But Orkilia and the component were between you guys. The component moved, but Orkilia is in there, so she has to make the save.
The 19 on the die, so 21.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
even like, can you see?
Okay, so Orkilia, you get to experience something like what Aramiel experienced last at your camp. You feel that green light. It's like it's pulling on you. It's like it's touching you, like it's alive. And where it pulls, it hurts. You can feel yourself screaming like they're dying. And you jump forward just enough to get out of the light, and it's like it's still tingling. It still feels numb back there, like something was taking you. It hurts. The two guards, the light touches them, and within a flash, a second, their eyes, they scream. And you can feel, you know what they were feeling, and you do too, Aramiel. As all of them, all of their cells scream and are sucked dry of life. And they scream, they turn at you like they're going to panic, and then their expression goes blank. And they start moving off towards you because that's where they were headed. So now you have 3 bodies heading towards you.
Since I had a ready to action for when it came out,
Yep.
do I get to do that?
Yes, you get to do that, and then we start the top of the round. And this time, everybody gets an action. Okay.
Okay. So since I'm attacking from stealth, I should get advantage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm gonna take the -5 penalty to hit to do the extra 10 flat damage from my sharpshooter feat.
Okay.
So one of the dice rolled 19 -5 plus 12.
Okay.
So 19 plus 7. So 26. Does that hit? With somebody's car.
Uh-huh. Okay, you hit. Which one are you aiming at?
I thought it would have to have been the one that walked out because that's what I readied the action for.
Okay, it's the one you walked out. Orkilia, you recognize this one.
Oh no.
That blacksmith that slapped your butt.
You know, I'm okay with this.
Now he's just a shambling corpse of green light.
Is there a difference?
Okay, so Cross, yes, you do hit him. Where are you aiming for?
Since having encountered these before, I'm gonna keep aiming for the legs to either remove it or anchor them to the ground.
Okay. With a 24, you do actively remove 1 foot. It just goes right off. And so the corpse actually stumbles and falls to its knees and begins crawling. Just in a random direction. Okay. And now we are at the top of the round. Cross, you get to do something again.
Who's the next closest? I'm assuming one of the 2 guards.
The 2 guards are both very close to you guys. They are just half a pace flanking Orkilia and the component.
And they're
Right.
dead and spreading the darkness, right?
The light is not like as big as the other one yet, but they are starting to turn into this radiate this green light. They're not turning into it. They're radiating a green light. Yes.
The component moved 20 feet away.
Yes. So, current moment, the component is safe. You are not.
So the one nearest to Orkilia, I'm gonna
Frozen.
Oh no.
Going to hit 8 plus 12, so a flat 20.
Okay. You do hit handily.
Oh, there's a little bit of movement.
And then should be a D10 damage.
Okay. And which one are you firing at again?
The one nearest to her.
Okay. To Orkilia.
Yes. And I rolled an 8 on the damage die plus 8, so 16.
Okay. You do 16 points of damage to that one. For reference, that is guard 1. All right, so the arrow goes out. It hits him right through the throat, and it kind of explodes his clavicle, so his arms aren't working quite right as he's crawling. He keeps crawling, but he's slowed because of the amount of physical damage that's been done to his upper body.
Okay, so it knocked him down too?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it knocked him back,
Okay.
but he's scrabbling around.
It's kind of like shambling now, like.
Right, he's gonna have to like get up and get back in the game.
Okay.
All right,
And,
next. Yeah.
Well, right after doing that, I'm going to yell because the cleric is still is pretty close to them too, is right?
Yes.
And she doesn't know. I'm just gonna yell out in general, just like, don't let the light touch you.
Okay. And do you move? You still have a move action.
Yeah, since I'm out of stealth, I'm going to move towards the direction of the component.
Okay, so she didn't move very far, and you were already behind her towards the east. So that's only about half your movement.
Okay.
But you can pace her if you would like.
I'm basically positioning myself.
Okay, all right. Next is Altana.
I don't know. I think I want to turn and run and break up camp and get everybody to go.
Okay.
To leave.
So you have, I believe, 30 feet of movement speed, if you don't take like a fighting or an action that's, not yelling. You can yell at any time. You could actually go 60 feet. So you could, because you're not very far out of camp, you could totally get back to camp.
Okay. So that's what I want to do and warn people to run.
Okay. So
Okay.
you run back to camp. Everybody's there, is having fun. What do you say?
I say, everybody, praise is over. Take your stuff, leave the camp, go, 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 go.
Okay. Do you say it like that? Or are you
say
yelling?
I'm trying to,
Okay.
I don't want to scare them. I want to persuade them.
Okay.
I also don't understand what's happening, but I know that running is in order.
Yeah, you just saw both your guards die after a fashion. All right. Roll me a persuasion check.
18, 5 is 23.
Okay, yeah. Everybody's very confused. They're like, what? What? And they're very slowly starting to get their clothes back on and, put their drinks down and like, but it's not done yet. A couple of them say as they're going, and one of them's like, that's not right. Brinban's supposed to be here whenever we want. That's not right. But one of the other guards shushes them, and they're looking at you funny. They're kind of moving the people out of the camp, but the guards actually seem to be converging more on you right now. And the other clerics are also looking at you like, what the hell? So you do still have, actually that's your whole thing because you did double move. All right, next is Aramiel and Orkilia, you're tied. Which one of you has the higher dexterity?
I got 19 plus 4.
So just you're 19?
That would be you. 100% you.
Okay, so Aramiel, you're first.
Okay, so my connection cut out there for a little bit, so I missed a huge part of what just happened.
Okay, the guards also noticed the strange green light and the dying plants that were behind Orkilia and the component and stepped toward it. The component noticed and ran towards you guys and the town. Orkilia, the light touched her. She got that look on her face. You know how that feels. And she managed to stumble forward just enough to get out of it, barely, just as a body stepped out of the brush, just moving as they do randomly. The two guards rushed it because they didn't know, and both of them turned. And so now you have 3. Cross has pinned or knocked down one of them by cutting its foot off with a crossbow bolt, and then he knocked down a second one by hitting it through the chest enough to shatter some of the arms, and so it's taking it a moment to flail itself upright again.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Do I have any spells?
You do. You're a paladin. You do have spells.
How do I
spell?
figure out which ones? How do I spell, guys? I don't know.
Add your spell modifier, and then if it gets above a certain amount, then roll the damage.
Okay, depending on what the spell is. You have some healing spells. You have some damage spells. If you don't know what they are right now, I don't know that we want to slow the game down enough for that to do, but clearly for our watchers, we have a couple of very, very new players here that are just learning. I
don't want to slow it down either. I just wanted to know if I had like maybe a fire spell.
Yeah,
no,
that's not the
right
kind
now.
of that's not the kind of thing paladins get. One of the things that you can do as a spell-like thing at any point is called a laying on of hands, where you can heal people.
Mm-hmm.
You do have some paladin spells, but paladins are generally less about spell power and more about power in arms. They're religious warriors.
Yeah, but I got real close to that thing before and almost died, and then I just saw Orkilia almost die. So I think my action...
There is a camp of people behind you. There is Cross right there and the component that have just passed you. There is Altana standing there right in front of you. No, she ran past you back to the camp. There is Orkilia standing right there in front of you.
And component just took off.
Also,
all right, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna take off after component towards the camp.
Okay.
And as I'm passing Cross and Orkilia, say, we have to get everybody the hell out of here.
Okay.
My.
Okay. So then that makes Orkilia, you kind of been left in the dust with the dead things. But it is your turn.
Great. I take off. Do I have eyes on the component?
Oh yeah, she didn't. She only went 20 feet. She can't, with her injured feet, she can't run very fast.
Can't get very far.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is double move, but I don't know if I can by swooping her up and also keep going.
Okay, you'll need to roll me a dexterity check and a strength check.
Well, because here's the other thing I also want to do
Or,
while I'm doing that.
or you can say I'm going to roll me an attack check, but the attack is to pick her up. It's a grapple.
Probably not. So the other thing I wanted to do was yell at everybody.
Okay.
So is that okay?
So you can do a single move, and picking her up is like an attack. It's a grapple move.
I wanna attack
So
her.
so you can only do one movement, and then you can yell whatever you want.
Great. It's not an attack, but I'm gonna roll my attack.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Well, that's another 19 on the beautiful die.
All right, you handily
Very
scoop her
nice.
up into your hands.
Thank you, Grandma.
Do you resist component, or do you just let her?
I'll probably resist it first until I realize who it is, and then I'll let
Just
her.
let it happen. Okay.
And I put my hand under her head and just go, "This is gonna be loud. I'm sorry," and like cover her ear and hold her against my
Her
chest.
one little ear.
And like just hold her against my chest. Everybody move! And
Okay, those of you who have made it to the camp, Altana, Cross, and Aramiel, if you're staying with the component, you're not to the camp yet. Altana, you did a double move. You're at the camp, but you even heard that as a deep orcish voice, yelling, "Everybody move!" And now we are the next person.
am I intimidating anybody at all?
Are you trying to?
Yeah, I want nobody's moving. Everyone's like, "Oh, peace and love," and I'm like, "Everybody, get the hell out!"
Yeah. Well, roll me an intimidate.
D20, everybody pees their pants.
I'm not even kidding you. It's another 19 on the
Nice.
They're
You
weighted.
know what? Your grandma blessed those dice for you. As
She did.
Now it
She
works.
does.
It's like, hey, for story, they're not going to be great, but when you need to save people, it'll be awesome.
There we go. All right.
So hold on, just to see what my added is. So that's 24.
All right. So, Altana, you hear that deep voice yell from behind you, "Everybody move!" And the villagers around you, that are complaining and slowly grabbing their stuff. They're not being fast. They were having fun. Half of them are drunk. Some of them are still going, "Why? You know what? I've got blue balls. What the hell?" So they're not being fast until that voice says, "Everybody move," and it's orc. And orcs and humans still live together, but it's not always friendly. There's not a lot of orcs that are just in the normal populace because they've been kind of snapped up by the alchemages for various things. And they kind of drop their clothes and run. The problem is they're running all over the place. They're running, some of them are panicked and running towards you. Some of them are panicked running away. Some of them are running, well, heck, we're going to go back to our village, and stuff. So they're scattering to the winds. They're not any kind of order to that.
Uh-huh.
I tried.
Okay. So that's what you see. You can't do anything until next round. Component, is your turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to look up my spells because I can't find my character sheet that I had them all listed on. Sorry.
Shauna?
Oh, you found it.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I'll be right back.
For future reference, Aramiel, you have Protection from Evil and/or Good and Sanctuary as your spells.
And D&D Beyond is a great resource to have your
Yes.
character sheet on.
Yeah, and you
It'll
can
tell
actually
everything.
have it open and it can tell you what spells you can access because there's a spell area, and then you can put them on your character sheet, which ones you chose. I highly recommend D&D Beyond. It's pretty awesome.
I have it open on my laptop.
Not
Over
a paid
here.
advertisement.
Yeah,
you-
unpaid advertising.
If you go to the section where it says actions, spells, equipment, features, traits, it's right under armor class and initiative. You can click on spells and it'll show you the spells that you have how many spell slots you have today, which is 3, and you can click on each of the spells and it'll tell you what they do.
There you go.
Amazing.
And
Protection,
so for our
evil,
viewers
and
who
good.
haven't used that resource, there you go.
You said where is it? Oh, spells. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Neat.
Okay.
That's what I was wondering, because I have it open over here on this side of you. And I did not know where it is. That's good to know. Nice.
Okay.
All right, what do you?
Can I see what's the figure that was coming slowly into the camp?
None of them have reached the camp yet. They had just come out of the bushes behind where you guys were around the corner from the camp.
Okay.
So nobody but you guys have seen what the danger is at this point.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. What will be nice is that this is a learning process for all of us, this new game, but hopefully some of you will be learning with us. Some of you can maybe give us some pointers in the chat. Some of you can, send us emails.
Yeah.
Don't send us emails.
Okay.
And this is a good time for me to say this is one of the things that I do to keep games moving. Sometimes it's popular, sometimes it's not popular with the player. I have a 5-minute rule. If you haven't decided what you're going to do when it's your turn, and I say, what are you doing? Within 5 minutes, you lose your turn because your character is just like, doesn't know what they're doing. Okay? So you've got 2 minutes left.
That's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A long time.
I want to try to cast. Oh, sorry. What is Thunderwave? I'm trying to figure that out.
Here, I can look it up for you real fast.
Yeah, if you
Thank
look on
you.
D&D Beyond, it has all the spells. You click on it, it gives you exactly what they are.
I'm sorry, guys.
Thunderwave is a shockwave that you shoot out, and it's kind of in like a cone.
Okay.
And I'd have to look at the range.
It's a 15-foot
Okay.
cone.
But it comes
So-
from me.
If it's 15 feet, it's not going to reach them.
Because
they're-
they're yourself, so it should protect each creature within a 15-foot cube originating from. You must take a con saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the range is 15 feet? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're 25 feet away from you.
The question I would have is, does it also protect me, or am I one of the people who have to take the con save?
Probably not, because you're technically holding me. So depending on where I put my hand, I can put it so that you're not in it.
It's a range of yourself, so it goes around you.
Okay.
So yes, but you don't have to put your hand
originates
anywhere.
It originates from the caster, and since
Yeah.
you're in the same square as the caster, you wouldn't
probably
be
be fine.
affected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically,
I
I'll
want
just
to
push everyone out of our way.
That's true.
I want
We'll push the
to-
villagers out of your way, too.
Which I kind of love.
Okay, I want to cast. I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere
Okay.
at 2nd level as my only 2nd level spell, and I want to put it in between the things coming towards us and the camp to try and. I want to get people to run away from that, so I'm throwing a giant ball of flame in the air.
Okay.
Try and do that.
All right, you do that. Big ball of flame appears between you and the shambling. The camp can't see what's coming yet, but the sphere, one of its things it does is it begins moving away from you, and so it's moving towards where you, in a straight line towards them, towards
Okay.
the shambling things, which means that the people that are running that direction will veer off of that direction because there's fire. And
A random ball of fire floating in the air. Woo!
Yeah, and since it is a flaming sphere in a forest, it's a swampy forest, but it is forest. I just rolled, and it does indeed start catching some of the undergrowth on fire.
Okay.
Okay?
Fire is more natural way to die than a horrible green light that kills
Turns
you.
you into a zombie. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and so now we
So really,
are
you're doing the kind thing.
at the miasma.
Hopefully,
Or
when
the
the dead things go, hopefully they go into it and then they'll get damage.
All right. So, what is the diameter on this flaming sphere? I can't hear you. You're muted, Shauna.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's a 5-foot sphere.
5 foot.
So it's
okay.
just, yeah.
Yeah, so like one person.
Yeah, and anyone who takes who ends within 5 feet of the sphere must make a dexterity saving throw. If they fail it, they get a 2d6 fire damage, or half if they save.
My dice rolling
And then
box
I
is full
can
of
move.
cats.
Yeah, and I can
No, you can't.
move
You're
the
being
sphere.
held. Oh, you can move the sphere.
Yeah, up to
Okay.
30 feet, and then I can ram the spear into things too, I guess.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a nice
Alright.
nice spell. All right.
That's cool.
It's a nice sphere you got there.
Yep. So it's actually moving. I'm rolling my dice to see which direction by the clock each of them goes. Okay, and the crawling body continues crawling towards you, but it's very slow. It can only get 10 feet towards you. But that's right about where this flaming sphere is. It crawls right into the sphere. The 2 guards, because they were facing towards the guy when they died, one of them was knocked down, and this round is spent getting up. One of them is heading back the way that you guys just came.
Back into the forest.
Back into the forest. Slightly off kilter because there's a tree right there, so it'll bump off and it'll start heading in another direction. Towards the northeast. Or northwest. Okay, top of the round. So this round you are safe. Cross, what do you do?
I want to position myself so that the spear is in direct line. If I were to fire a bolt, it would go through the spear and hit the one that is trying to escape back into the forest.
Okay.
I want to try to
hit.
light the bolt on fire.
Okay. Roll me a 2 hit.
Okay. $13 plus, I believe, 12. Yes.
Okay, so 25?
Yes.
Okay. You do manage to do that. Very tricky shot. I mean, crossbow's your thing. Those of you watching this see Cross stop, aim a bolt, fire it through the flaming sphere that the little one that the orc is carrying just cast. It lights on fire as it's going to be consumed very quickly, but fortunately it finds its target before it can be fully consumed. It hits the one that it was heading off into the woods, and roll me. Okay, this is going to be the very first time you do this. You're going to roll me a d6.
Okay. A 3.
Okay. That was a luck check. You weren't lucky enough to knock it down or to pin it, but you did manage to catch the bolt on fire and hit it, which means that it has caught on fire, or will catch on fire. This next round is still going for the moment.
Okay.
But it is does have a flaming arrow in it, which means it will start burning pretty quick.
All right.
Okay, you have a move action now, and you can yell something if you want to.
So I didn't. How did I have to move to position myself, or am I still next to Orquídea and the component?
Well, unless you moved away, which you didn't say you did. Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, I said I positioned myself to make sure that the shot would go through, but if I didn't have to move, then I didn't have to move.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, because you were to the side of them.
Okay. So I'm going to. I think I'm just going to stay where I am, and then, because I have a feeling that because Orquídea is like looking like she's aimed to like run away, and I kind of like just like look at her in the eye, and it's just like, we can't let these things fucking escape. They're just gonna spread it more.
Sorry, I realized I was muted. Also, I can't respond yet, but
Yeah, but the expression was wonderful. All right, next is Altana.
Is the fire destroy the whites? Whatever they are?
Yeah, that you don't know yet. It's
don't know.
behind. It is behind you. You've gone into camp. It is still around the corner, out of view of the camp.
Oh, okay. So I don't know that he has shot that fire into it.
Not yet. The most that you know is that you heard what you're assuming is Orquídea with that deep orcish voice. Say, everybody move. Everybody's running different directions. God only knows. Some are running towards things, away from things. It's pretty kind of all of a sudden a moment of chaos. There is definitely a panic going on.
Once my obligation to get everybody moving and out of danger, I want to turn back and learn more about what is happening.
Right. Well, then you have to make the decision. Do you feel like everybody is out of danger now? They're certainly leaving the camp. They haven't all left the camp yet.
Yes, I feel like the panic, I feel like the emotion is enough that this is taking care of itself. Everybody's going to now scatter. And so I want to turn back and not get too close, but get close enough to see and learn what it is that's happening.
Okay. So you do your movement action, your 30 feet. You do have another action that you can do. What you see is Cross to the side, standing there with a crossbow aimed. Orquídea holding a smaller, slighter figure with her arms draped over, and behind them, lighting up the horizon, not the horizon, but the trees right there is a 5-foot ball of fire that is now moving away towards 3 figures, 2 of which are on the ground, one of which is heading off into the forest and has a flaming arrow stuck into it. The figures are emitting a green light that radiates. It's from the middle figure that's crawling, and then going to be intersecting the ball of fire, you think, this time. The light is about 2 feet out from it. The other 2 figure, the light is only like a half a foot out.
And where is Aramiel, the only one that I've talked to already? Is he? I don't remember where he is.
I believe that you went all the way back to camp, didn't you? Or no, you stayed with there too. So basically, Orquídea's in the middle with the slight figure. Cross is on one side, Aramiel's on the other side, because they were both flanking her.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I want to approach Aramiel and I want to question him about what he brought into my camp.
Okay, you two talk. You can talk for you can talk. You have 6 seconds. That's how long a melee round is. So you've got time for one good sentence.
All right. You brought this into my camp. What the fuck are you doing?
Do I respond in this turn?
No, you have to wait till your turn. But your turn is actually next. So you can now respond.
All right. It's not my intent. We're actually running from this fucker ourselves. So terribly sorry. But now you're in it with us. You're as lost. We're all as lost as you are.
Right, that tells me a lot.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the party.
Exactly.
Okay. So Ramiel, you said your piece. What do? You have a regular
Can I
action
look
and a move
around? What?
action.
Okay. So how far am I from the glowing green thingies?
20 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest that we all get the fuck out of here because we saw what that green stuff did to the last place. I'm gonna look over. I'm gonna look over at Altana and say, my suggestion to you is that we burn this place to the ground and get the fuck out of here. And that's gonna be my turn for the move. I'm gonna hold my movement. Can I hold movement because nobody else
Yep,
is
you
moving?
can. You
I'm
can
just
absolutely
sticking-
hold action until the end of the turn, and you have a move action
Sweet.
that you can hold and a regular action. Yes. Oh, crossed out. I thought you were raising your hand. All right. Next
Yeah.
is Orkelia.
Hi.
So in response to crosses, we have to kill this thing. Is very much a balls. She hates that he's right. And I'm gonna pull my crossbow and just shoot also at the legs of whatever one is coming at me.
Okay. The only ones that are the one that's coming at you is crawling.
Then we're gonna blow its head off.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what's hitting on the die. And that would be an 18 to hit.
Okay.
For 5 damage.
All right. You hit it handily in the head. It does not blow its head off with 5 damage, but it was very damaged already.
She's a lover, not a fighter.
As all bards are.
Yeah. A 6'5" lover and not a fighter.
Hey, you climb that tree.
Okay. The head is severely damaged. The arrow just goes like right through its eye. It
Great.
keeps crawling towards you.
Gotta love that. We're out.
And I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay, so you one-armed, you've got the elf there. You fired your crossbow, you turn around, you do a 30-foot movement towards the camp. That gets you handily into the camp, a good halfway into the camp, and you see still a bunch of civilians, a few clerics, and some guards. The guards are trying to keep the people from running into each other and panicking and stuff. A lot of people are pestering them to get their weapons back. Some of the people are running without it. It's kind of chaos, but it's very clear that people are definitely panicked. The clerics are kind of starting to gather towards the end where they saw Altana go, but they haven't left the camp yet.
Can I say one more thing? Am I done?
You can totally say something, yeah.
I said get out!
Her face changes from the sweet little bard face to like, "Argh." The tusks grow 3 inches in people's perception. Last is the component. Component, what do? You're now Harold very uncomfortably under Orkelia's arm, flopping legs and everything as she runs into the camp.
I'm going to struggle to get down now.
Okay.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Roll me a strength check to break the grapple.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Trying to hold on to a cat that doesn't want to be held.
12.
12? Okay.
Against my
Orkelia?
strength.
Yeah, roll your strength check.
Well, you're in very good luck because that's a 7.
Woo!
All right. Because you got the crossbow in one, you just yelled at everybody, and the component wiggled. She slips right out the back of your arm. Okay. That's your action. You do have a move action if you want.
I'm going to hobble run to where the things are, and I'm gonna, if I can do this, I don't know if I can do all of this.
Yeah, they're where you are now. They're about 55 feet away, so you can't make it to them.
Okay. I'll go as far as I can go. Can
Towards
I?
them?
Yeah. Can I still move the ball of fire?
What's the range on your ability to control that? It should
I
say range.
let me look at this again. Hold on.
So you can move 20.
Uh,
You can move 20 feet more back because that's your regular move. If you do a double movement with no action, you can go 40 feet,
Yeah.
which will get
Okay.
you within about 15 feet of where they are.
Okay. I just need to get within 60 feet of the ball.
Okay, you can't see it directly from where you're at right now, so you move your 20 feet. You're at the edge of the camp. You can see the light where it is. You can feel it. I will allow you to move it a little bit, but you can't see what it's moving at. You can't aim it at what you can see because you
Okay.
can't see around the corner.
Okay. I'm going to hold that action then until I see one of the things, the walking things, and then I'll move it towards him if I can.
Okay. All right. So the component just moved back to the edge of the camp towards the things.
Our non-copyright
And now it
version
is
of walkers. The walking
Yeah.
Miasma's
things.
turn. Nobody. Um, so Cross and Aramiel, you're still right there. You're the only ones that can see what's going on.
Right.
So the one that's crawls right into the ball of fire. Because that's it. It's not guided by anything. It's just convenience, just going in a straight line. Okay.
Sweet.
The one that is headed into the forest does indeed catch fire, but it continues walking, and it is now out of sight. Direct sight, you can see the gold light and the green light. The plants where it goes are dying very fast, which means that they catch fire very easily. So it's beginning to leave a little bit of a path of fire behind it. The one that was hit with the second crossbow bolt has now regained its feet and is moving directly towards you, Cross. And now,
Fun.
none of them are close enough to. They can only go about 10 feet around, so it's about 5 feet away from you now. Okay.
Okay.
So now it is the top of the round. It is your action.
So it's 5 feet away, so I am going to use a bonus action to disengage,
Okay.
using the rogue ability to, as a bonus action, I can
You can get the hell out of
disengage.
dodge. Yeah.
Yes, without taking an attack of opportunity. And so where do I see the component run back in?
Behind you, you
Yeah.
have to. When you disengage, where do you look? Where do you go?
Okay, I think I'd be too focused on the thing shambling in front of me. I'm gonna back up at least. I'm gonna back up my full movement. Actually, I'll back up 25.
25. Okay, that puts
feet.
you flush with where the component is. As you back around, are you backing towards the camp?
Yes.
Okay, you back around the corner on the little road and into the camp, and you see at the edge of the camp the component standing there, like she just got there. Orkilia is back at the middle of the camp. Aramiel's still behind you. Altana
So
is in the middle of the camp.
How far is Aramiel from the?
Oh wait, no, you came back there, didn't you, Altana? You're back with Aramiel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So what was the question, Cross?
Oh, how far is Aramiel from the? You said Aramiel is with me, right?
He was initially, but you've left him now. He's back where the
Okay,
things are
that's
crawling.
what I'm saying. How far is he from the creature?
From the one that was crawling towards you, he's about.
Yes.
It was about 5 feet from you. It's 10 feet from him.
Okay. All right, so I won't get advantage. for flavor's sake, I'm going to use that last 5 foot of movement to take a knee and aim steadily, but I'm going to take the -5 to hit to try to do as much damage as possible.
Okay.
And a 10 plus. I think it's plus 12 -5, so technically only +7 then. So does a 17 still hit?
Oh, it does.
Okay. So that's going to be so 4 plus 8 plus the flat 10 from taking the -5.
Okay.
So
And
22 points.
22 points. That would kill it, but it doesn't kill it because it's already dead. Where did you aim for? Did you aim for a specific body part?
This is the one that I kind of like already blew open its chest.
Yeah.
Kind of almost like more like just lower, more like almost in like the hip like pelvic area to disable it even further.
Okay, you managed to cut it in half. Viscera, because it's very shortly dead, and things come out, blood still comes out, but it's dried, kind of a greenish black blood. It's not liquid anymore. The top just kind of topples backwards as the legs keep walking.
Fuck these things. All right, I'm done.
All right, it is Altana's turn. Okay, you're muted.
Can I see if an inflict wound spell affects the creatures?
I believe that's when you have to touch them.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you don't. At least that's what they're saying.
Looks like none of my spells do me any good right here. I want to continue backing away through the camp from what I've gathered and try to convince them, come with me. Come,
The people?
friends, come, to the people, to the crew. I say, I yell to all of them, come away, come away.
Okay, so you're backing away from the green, where the green light's coming, so to the east, okay?
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check. Or not a perception, persuasion. Because they're fairly panicked. Some of them may not listen to you unless you're very persuasive.
8 and persuasion is +8, 16.
Okay. 4 of them begin to follow you. There's another 8 that are in various places in the camp. You've had another 8 that have left that are gone. But there are 12 people left, and 8 of them are not listening to you, but 4 of them are and are following you.
Okay.
Okay. In fact, what you have here, it's it looks like a little housewife. She's short. She's a little older, maybe 60s. And she looks very frightened, and she's like, we were just having fun. We're supposed to be able to have fun. As she comes towards you, she is dragging what looks like a teenager behind her, another teenage girl. There's a young man who is very naked right now, and he's looking very afraid and very panicked, and he's like, but he's looking at you with like absolute trust, Altana. Like he knows he's scared and he's shaking, but he's doing what you said because you're the cleric. He knows that you'll keep him safe. And the other person is what looks like a really strange person. At first glance, you would think it was, you're not really sure of what the gender is and stuff. Eventually, you kind of figure out maybe it's a guy, maybe it's a girl. There's so much matted hair and stuff that it's really kind of, gender can be pretty fluid and you can't really tell. But they're following you, and they're looking at you just kind of blank. They're clearly pretty drunk, but they're like, all right, I'll follow you. You told me to do this, I'm going to do it and stuff. So those are the 4 that are following you.
Okay, I'm going to just continue to draw them away from the danger.
Okay. If you do, since you're not taking a spell action or a combat action, you can use your full movement, which would be up to 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so you go well out of camp.
Well out of camp.
And another good 40 feet on the other side.
Okay.
Okay. Or, I'm sorry, 30 feet with the directions can't. I don't want to do maps where we place all the figures and stuff like that, because that makes the story go a little slower and it's not as immersive. And we're working on getting towards immersiveness. So if you're wondering, why are we not doing maps and things like that, that's why. Unless we get to a place where those tactics are going to be really important, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and now we are to Aramiel. What do you do?
All right. So there's 8 people that refuse to go anywhere in this joint.
Well, they're just panicking. They're kind of milling around trying to find their clothes and their weapons and different things. They're not refusing to leave. They're just not going quickly.
Oh. All right. Then we got Orkilia and Component.
Mm-hmm.
Component just got free.
Yep. I moved back towards the things a little ways. Just to the edge of the camp.
Isn't the camp also lighting on fire?
It is.
Okay.
Actually,
How bad is the fire getting?
No, the camp is not on fire. That was your last camp. You guys are good about lighting camps on fire. This camp is not lighting on fire yet. It's only the...
Oh, okay. I thought there was like cross with the...
No, the forest is lighting on fire because everything was going that direction, to the west.
Oh, well, if only we could switch the fires. That'd be great.
You could light it on fire.
I could light the camp on fire?
Very paladin thing to do.
I mean, it sounds like fun.
Sounds chaotic.
Yeah, but it's not chaotic good.
I was gonna say, is it good?
Yeah, exactly. Because then, like, I don't know, I'd have to get the people out and do the whole thing. So I guess, how far away am I from the glowing green death thing?
Quite a ways, because, well, no, actually, you're 10 feet away. You're 10 feet away from it.
10 feet?
It was crawling right towards Cross. It's not changed its trajectory, even though he's moved away, which means that in 2 rounds it will reach the camp. But it will have gone through the forest and killed all of everything on the way there instead of following the road.
And remember, it is just a walking pair of legs at this point.
Yep.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, the other one is headed, it's just outside of your view now. It's headed kind of to the northwest into the forest, away from the camp, but towards, you know that there's a village up there that it's headed towards, and there's coastal towns and stuff if it keeps going. But it is on fire, so it probably won't get very far.
Okay. Am I able to slice the legs in half?
You can
without being
try.
consumed by the fire of death?
You can try.
I can try?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Using your sword?
I'm gonna try, yeah. Using the tippity tip of my longsword from a distance. Because it's the best I got.
All right.
What do I have? Do I go plus strength?
This is your 2-hit. Your 2-hit roll.
Yeah. All right. I got a 14 plus. My computer's frozen.
It should be plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
There it is. I don't know what my proficiency bonus is, but I know I got plus 8 for strength, so I got 14 plus 8. So I'm at a 22 before my proficiency bonus.
You hit it handily with the point of your sword. Point of your sword doesn't do very much. But
I was trying to cut it. You're
trying to cut it right in half. You cut it right in half. You do that. You absolutely do that. The two legs fall apart, and it can't go anywhere. They just twitch for a little while until the fire catches up with them that the forest is being set on. However, make me a Constitution save. DC 18.
I know. 12 plus 7.
Okay.
So I got me 19.
Okay, you make it just barely.
Ooh.
Once again, you feel that feeling as your hand gets close, and it's like the light reaches out towards it and starts trying to grab it and pull the life from you. It hurts. It hurts so much. You almost can't help but like pull back. But you push through, and you still manage to slice the two legs in half. Now you have a move action. What do you do? Yet again, it does not get you.
Yeah, I barely made it twice. Ramiel's, he knows how to survive, and he knows how to get drunk. That's his two things.
Solid things to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my move action to wait and follow Component, because I'm thinking Component's about to do something and run somewhere.
And she's actually behind you now, because they got headed towards the camp, which is around the corner. You actually can't see her at the moment.
Oh, well then, can I use my movement to go find her?
Yes. You move around the corner. You can go 30 feet, and you see her. 20 feet around the corner, and you can see her at the edge of the camp, along with Cross.
Okay. Sweet deal.
Okay,
then
Orkilia?
that so ends my turn.
It does indeed. Orkilia.
Hi. So how far away is the ball of fire?
The ball of fire is from where you're at in the middle of the camp. It's probably a good 45 feet away around the corner. You can't see it physically. You can see the light from it, though.
Is it anywhere near the green folks?
You assume so, but you can't see them from where you're at.
So what I would like to do is take an arrow, set the tip on fire, and shoot at one of the green things.
Okay, well that means that you have to leave the camp. You do your full move action. That won't get you close enough to the ball of fire, but you can now see what's going on. You pass the Component there at the edge of the camp, and Cross is there, and so is Aramiel. You step around, you see around, and it looks like all three of the green things, two of them are burning or broken, and one of them is gone, is headed off into the forest. You can see the burning heading into the distance. Not very distant, since they only go 10 feet around. But
I hate all of this. This is awful. All right, you, pointing at Component, don't go running off, but you're doing a really great job. Just be better.
And then I'll shoot. If I can see the one, is it within range to shoot the one that's like running off into the forest?
It's out of visual range, because it's gone into a forest, and there's dying trees and now burning fire in the way.
Sure.
You can try a blind shot, so you can try your shot with disadvantage.
Yes. Yep. That's what I wanted.
I mean, you guys are heroes.
Well, my disadvantage was a 13, and my other one was 14. So to shoot, so that's 17 at disadvantage.
Okay. The arrow goes off into the fire. You can't see if it hits or not, because you don't have visual eyes on the target.
But you're not asking me to roll damage, so I'm going to assume no. And just a quick,
guys, we got to get out of here.
Okay. Altana, it is your turn. Actually, I missed your turn. I am so sorry. It is Altana's turn.
It seems to be a theme of ours. Going places, getting the hell out of there.
Yeah.
At least this moment, this close to the tower.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about 60 feet out of camp. And I am still desperate to actually know what's going on. So I'm going to go my 30 feet back.
Okay.
And then see Next, I want to get these people. I want to get these people to follow me also, because I think that I need their information.
Okay. So you go 30 feet back to camp. That still gives you place for an actual, like a spell action or, a fighting action. What you see is on the far side of the camp, all of them are there now except Orkelia. The orc is a little bit further than the edge of the camp there. You're at the opposite edge of the camp now.
Right.
But you're not in the camp, so you guys are about 30 feet apart. Do you, also the 4 people that were following you are still following you?
Are still following me. Okay.
And you do see that there are 8 people still stumbling around the camp. 2 of them are getting towards the edges now.
Towards my edge or the other edge?
Towards the side edges.
Okay. Oh shit! This was my fear when I was saying. It's like I don't know what I can do.
But that's the learning process, and it's okay.
So, look, before when I said I was going to try to get people to follow me, I meant these people, not the followers. So I still, at this point, what I want most is to learn about these green things. I want to know what is happening.
All right.
So Aramiel is still the closest to me, right?
They're all kind of the same except Orkelia. They're all kind of in a line right there, clustered around the computer. The slight figure.
So I guess I want to go close enough to them to ask questions, to say.
Okay, well, you can shout from where you're at, and then you still have another action. But you can do your regular action as a move action and go another 30 feet, and then you'll be right with them. And you can ask a question. And at that point, because all of this next round, this will be the end of. Once we finish this round, that we'll be going out of initiative, and then you can just talk freely. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell the 4 people that are still following me to stay right where they are. Go back to this group and approach Aramiel and say, you have some explaining to do.
Okay. And now it is the component's turn. Everybody's gathered around you now except Orkelia, who's about 10 feet ahead of you, back towards the green stuff.
Okay. Has any of the creatures come around the corner so I could see them?
Nope.
Damn it. I guess I'm going to dissipate the fireball.
Okay.
And have I been able to figure out what everybody's saying? Are we going to fight the things? Do I understand what's going on?
Do they understand what's going on?
Do I understand what's going on with them?
Yeah. I'll leave that up to you to decide.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to I guess try to move back towards the corner where the things were to see if I can see them.
Okay, so you move 20 feet out of camp, which takes you to the corner, and you can see that one of the bodies is laying there burned. One of the bodies is is pretty much drawn and quartered, kind of, and is laying there twitching but can't move. The other body, best as you can tell, has headed away from you guys, based on where the fire and the green light are. But it's no longer in view because of the screen of the fire in the trees.
Okay. Did it go? Which direction did it go? Did it go towards where all the people ran, or
Huh?
back into the forest?
It's going northwest, so slightly away from the camp, but up north towards the north. The
Okay.
people ran all kinds of directions, so maybe.
That's true. Okay. I'm going to, with the rest of my move action, start going towards where I think it is, based on the light.
Okay. So for your regular action, it's another move action. So you go another 20 feet. That puts you right in the middle of where they were, with the flopping body and the green light.
Okay.
You can feel the green light touch your foot, and you can feel that it's hungry, but it doesn't actually hurt you.
Okay.
And
Would
now,
elements absorb the light?
you don't know, but you are now out of actions for this turn.
Damn it.
Okay, and now we go out of initiative round. Cross. Roll me a perception check. And component, roll me a perception check.
12.
Okay. Component.
Sorry,
roll
one
me a-
sec.
Okay.
$18.
Okay. Since you're closest, you're standing there right in the middle of the green light. What you see is a mouse with the green
Okay.
glow moving slowly through the underbrush away from you.
Okay.
Mouse?
And your understanding is, roll me a wisdom check. Your understanding is, roll me a wisdom check.
That's a good understanding.
All right.
15.
Okay. Your understanding is that it's not just human bodies that get changed.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yep. That's a big old bummer.
And we are at 4:30, so we're well over time. We have the party together, kind of.
Sorta.
And this is we're gonna end it here for
And-
tonight.
Yeah. Great ways to, meet each other. Everything's on fire. People get turned. Zombies.
Exactly.
Chaos, mayhem.
Chaos, mayhem.
Yeah. Show up, fuck shit up,
Sorry,
leave.
baby.
Exactly.
So there's some conflict in the inter-party conflict. There's the party may or may not even stay together. We'll see. But you have not all met each other
That's
from
true.
disparate backgrounds.
Altana's real upset with me right now, guys. She thinks I brought the green shit to the camp.
Well, I mean, it's a logical conclusion to make.
Yeah.
We show up and it shows up right behind us, so. And we're
I
just
mean,
being
you
weird.
did- you did bring the green shit into camp. Oh wait, you're talking about the miasma. Okay.
She's like, bring it out, buddy.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna do one last thing before we end this. Aramiel, roll me a wisdom
Yeah.
check. Roll me a wisdom
Oh,
check.
hey. All right. At a 13 plus 3, so I got 16.
Okay. It occurs to you that logically, the way that this light is working is it's probably spreading in all directions. And you guys don't know what stops it other than fire or what causes it. And everything that it's touching so far behind you is dying. Everything that lived. And on that note, we'll leave you for next week.
Does fire still? Is fire really stopping it? Fire doesn't seem like it's completely stopping it.
Yeah, what it did is it destroyed the body, so the body could no longer move. Its
Okay,
components kind of, but and when the tool can no longer be used, the light leaves it.
And by the way, on this dice, I see a 1. So the heart was not a 1.
Maybe the heart was a 20?
Oh, you
Oh,
rolled a 20.
There's no 20.
Now
Oh,
I know
no.
for next
Shit.
time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you next week. Next week, we'll all know our spells. We'll have a little bit better... we're all, well, because we're rusty and new, and we're all learning. But we're getting better each time. And
I've never played a spellcaster before, so I'm also...
and now, next week's the big week. Next week's the week where you guys decide what's next.
What the fuck are we doing
Right
next?
now, it's the world that's been playing with you. Now you got to play with the world.
Bring it on.
All right. We're stopping the recording.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You can't see my fingers.